suppression, the use of marijuana. The suppression, the use of marijuana. The suppression, the use of marijuana. suppression, the use of marijuana.
Come on.
Suppression, the use of marijuana.
Everyone, and welcome back to the ELOI powered by Virgin Media. We are here for week number 4, and we're joined again by Nullik here in the studio. Nullik, how are you getting on?
Not too bad, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing good. You know, we had that week off break. I'm ready to see some action today. What about you?
Yeah, I'm excited. I've been missing watching the games, keeping up with the lads. So it will be interesting to see if the week's break did any bit of a difference to people as well.
I mean, look, we were in the midst of it. There was definitely a lot of pressure on players coming from week to week. So we'll see if it affects them today. We got some good fixtures, though. We got our game 1 today. It's going to be a very good one. We at Derny representing Bohemians is up against Jack Hanna representing UCD. Then in a game 2 that you do not want to miss, trust me when I tell you that. We got Tyrone Ryan of Shamrock Rovers against JP Slater of Shelburne. Games today, are going to be very, very good.
I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't say it. I was really looking forward to the second game.
We are.
It's going to be a showdown, and I'm really excited to watch it. But I'm excited as well to watch the first game, obviously, as well. I wouldn't really know too much tactically wise about the two guys playing in the first game, so
Yeah.
interesting to see who comes out on top. I'm just excited to watch a bit of EAFC.
That's what it's all about. But yeah, listen, we got 2 players today who haven't been on stream, actually. We Aderney of Bohemians and Jack Hanna of UCD. We're going to have 2 legs as well, 6-minute half, so it's going to be a 2-game fixture, slightly different to our usual schedule. We Aderney, though, I have to say this, as records show, we haven't seen much of them on stream, but they actually beat Example in a previous week. And, you know, no, look, we know what Example is about. Very good EFC player. So we Aderney could be one to watch out for here.
I mean, yes, Eric example is very good, but he only beat me 2-1 last year, so I don't know.
Oh, here's the claim to fame now. Only beat me 2-1, you know, dust off the shoulder.
I held him off. I held him off. No, to be fair, to beat Eric example is a good feat. He's a very solid player and has been playing in this league for years now, and
Yeah.
one of the top dogs. So he's been knocked off the pedestal a little bit with that loss, I'd say.
I definitely think so. But yeah, so we Aderney's coming in there with that record to them. Jack Hanna, though, actually lost to Example previously as well. So maybe something to prove for Jack Hanna today coming into this fixture.
Look, I think especially as well when people are on stream, there's always a little bit to prove. You know, you want to play your best when you've people watching you, but
Yeah.
that always adds a little bit of extra pressure then, I guess. But I think it's going to be, you know, there's going to be a lot of back and forth between these two players. I would imagine it's fairly even going into this, but I would love for them to prove me wrong. You know, I'd love to see if someone would come out and outright win the game. But I also like to watch a very competitive game as well. So I'm just here and I'm happy to be watching this competitive esports going on.
Yeah, listen, it's going to be good. Especially it's nice as well. You know, we're used to seeing the familiar faces on stream here, but we got some new ones today. We had Derny and Jack Hanna coming in here representing Bohemians and UCD. No, like we're about to get into the game. Can I get a prediction? What do you think's going to happen?
Ooh, I think it's going to be a tight game. Score wise, I think. I mean, obviously there might be. We've all talked about high scoring games, but there'll be a lot of goals, I reckon. But I think they'll be fairly even. I don't know who I can pick. We'll go with UCD.
Okay, UCD, Jack Hanna potentially to win this. Let's get over to the game. We have it right now. We had Derny of Bohemians against Jack Hanna of UCD. Great header down. We see that Mycon card in right back here. No, like, I mean, I don't know if you've seen this card much, but my word, it is absolutely incredible in right back. Took, I think it's 30 games or maybe 15 games you have to win to get it, but in right back, I don't think there's any better card right now in the game.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, we've always seen that Theo Hernandez card in left back dominating, but the Mycon card has come out and proven to be the one to beat at the moment. I'll be interested to see now how people perform with him in right back.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting. For anybody watching, oh, that's a great ball, actually. We have Jack Hanna, Drogba!
Drogba!
There it is! To make it 1-0! Jack Hanna strikes early here for UCD, and that high through ball, that's just textbook right there. No, like, very well played.
Brilliant. I kind of get a little nervous anytime someone comes up against me with Drogba in out in front, because he scores bangers in this game.
Yeah.
So I would have been very surprised there if through on goal like that, Drogba didn't come out with a goal there, but a brilliant goal as well. Textbook, as you said.
Very, very nice finish. For anyone watching, we have Derny here of Bohemians in the white kit. And of course, Jack Hanna UCD in the blue. And Mbappe trying to get through there. We see Haaland back in centre back again. A fierce card to have. But here's a counter-attack for UCD. Gareth Bale, once again, another one of these cards that's really come into the meta for a lot of these players over the past few weeks. Pull it in the middle as well. Very good squad here. Didier Drogba looking to create space here. And I think your prediction might be true here. No, like back and forth already. It doesn't seem to be a whole lot of composure in the middle, but both players are eager to score.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, as we've said before, it's a high scoring game this year, and people just in general are eager to score goals. Oh,
what a save! Yashin, Drogba. No, like that looked like it was all set in stone, but great goalkeeping.
Yeah, that was great goalkeeping. I'm eating my words now. When I said a while ago, Drogba nearly always scores in front, but this is good attacking here now, getting the ball.
Oh, it is indeed. It's quite scrappy. I have to say, UCD putting on massive pressure early on. We see here, Bohemians here, we are Derny, finding it very difficult to get out of defence. Multiple times that high press is coming on from UCD, so that's something that we are Derny is going to have to tackle here.
Yeah.
Oh, the green time! Just like that, the first proper attack we see Bohemians getting, it's a goal. Best part about this, no, like, I mean, it's 1-1 right now. We got 2 games to go here.
It's going to be very competitive, I reckon, here. Yeah, you're right, though. It's quite scrappy. The fight in the middle of the pitch for the ball is scrappy out, but those are the things we like to see, you know. We like to see the back and forth.
Yeah, it makes for a very interesting game here. The battle is going to be won and lost in that midfield as it comes to counter-attacking football is what you're seeing here for a lot of this gameplay. Great defending there again. And here comes the press. Jack Hanna pushing forward. Was that wide to Koyasi? Finally, we see a bit of composure here in the midfield. Both players settling into the game as well, Nullig.
Yeah, and I mean, that's always going to be, there's going to be a bit of nerves always, you know, waiting, especially when you do come on the broadcast, you know, you want to put your best foot forward, but I think even just playing the games themselves, you know, whether you're on broadcast or not, there's always a bit of the jitters, bit of nerves going on. So, great save.
Yashin. And you know what? No, like we talked about the Travella. That's one of the first proper ones we've seen green time. Possibly more of them to come today.
Yeah, I'd like to see a few more. They're a nice shot on goal when they work out. You know, it's great to see. So I'm happy to see more of them.
Yeah, yeah, annoying to concede, but nice to hit. I think there's nothing you can do about them when they hit the air, you know.
Do you know, I actually nearly don't get odd when people score against me with them because it's just such a nice goal. I just have to sit back and commend the person for scoring such a nice goal.
Yeah, they are nice to see. All right, Douglas Luiz here on the edge of the box. Drogba, nice bit of passing play. Bale, Kiasi, Drogba, Yashin with
Oh.
the save. Good keeper movement there, potentially putting off Drogba.
Yeah, it looked like, you know, the defense got you know, got in the way just in time there to put the Drogba off from getting power behind that shot.
Yeah, you gotta have to get in front of Drogba. You don't want any shot or any target to be in front of him because he's gonna hit the back of the net more times than not. I think definitely a good centre back to go against that Drogba is that Haaland that we do see here. So and as we see with the header there, so I think it's a really good matchup here when it comes to Bohemians lineup.
Yeah, for sure. I still get like so thrown off when I see Haaland popping up in centre back, but his height is just it's like having Van Dijk in centre back. You know, the height makes such a difference. For those high balls coming in.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, headers, you know, you don't really want to be conceding them, especially from corners and set pieces, you know. You want to keep the play as it's live here, and it's always good to have a tall centre back to be able to counteract that. Another corner here again. Be a Durney for Bohemians, putting on the pressure, but we're not going to see any crosses here. Both players have that Haaland, and as much as it is good to have, it's not a player you want to be against when you're swinging in a corner. And yeah, this is scrappy already. 40 minutes in, only 1-1. You know, no, look, we're used to seeing a lot of goals here. But both players are seem to be somewhat evenly matched.
Yeah, sometimes like it goes one way or the other when you've two evenly matched teams against each other. You either get a lot of goals from both sides or you get very little. So it could be the latter in this game. But we've the two legs. It could be the total opposite in the next leg.
It could be Drogba, top left corner, turn and shoot, and it's that easy for UCD's Jack Hanna, puts it in the back of the net. No, look, we talked about that Drogba card. You got to get in front of him. You can't give him that space.
I genuinely do get the fear of God into me when I see anyone with any Drogba card. So like he's almost impossible to stop. No, not impossible as we saw him get his shot saved there earlier, but you know, 9 times out of 10 it's going in the back of the net.
It is indeed, and we've seen it there. We're going to have a 2-1 lead here at halftime to UCD's Jack Hanna. No, look, really interesting half here. We got to see what both players are made of in terms of their forward movement. Jack Hanna with very high pressure in that first half. Of course, Ria Durney, not as many chances, I don't feel, in the front line as Jack Hanna did. But 2-1 scoreline, it's still game on here going into the second half.
Yeah, very competitive. I mean, like, Jack Hanna definitely has had more shots, you know, has been able to put more pressure on Wee Durney's defence, but I mean, it could be a case of counter-attack being Wee Durney's strong hand here, you know.
I mean, look, counter-attacking is the best way to kind of, you know, sponge up when the opponent is coming forward with a lot of players with a lot of pressure. That counter-attack can be the way through, and we're going to need to see a lot of that in this half from Via Durney. Now, once again, folks, it is 2 legs, so there is another game to get back into this. But you know, like, with these kind of fixtures, the pressure's on. You want to set the tone in game 1, right?
Yeah, for sure, but that doesn't like. I still never write someone off because sometimes a little bit of momentum can just carry you in these games. You know, especially just with shots on target and stuff like that. You know, outcomes can change. You know, very rapidly in these games.
Yeah, scores can come in out of nowhere. You know, in 10 in-game minutes of time could have 3 or 4 goals very easily with the right attack in play. So it's anyone's game here right up until the last minute, which makes it very exciting to see here. We have Theo Hernandez down that left wing. Pavard defends very good, but kicks it out of play here. This is very interesting. 53 minutes on the clock. You can tell pressure's getting to both of the players as well. Gotta say, Jack Hanna's had a very pressuring front line. I just feel like Bohemians here don't want to lose the ball. And that's why every pass you see is so direct. Lamine Yamal
What
punts
a
it
goal.
past the keeper. And it's 2-2 here. Precision play for We Adernia Bohemians. Not a game on.
Oh yeah, 100%. But that was a great goal as well. You know, just the passing was so accurate there, and sometimes it does just come down to the simple things, doing the simple things as well as possible. You know, and that was just purely down to great passing there that opportunity was created.
It was really, really nice passing. Like I said, just really precise gameplay. I think Via Derny has picked up about Jack Hanna's pressure in that front line and just doesn't want to lose it. Oh, and that's a fantastic ball. Lamine Yamal out the wide. Goes back in. Mbappe. Vinny Jr. with the green.
Hey!
And it's turned right around. Nolan, what a comeback here for Via Derny Bohemians.
A great comeback for him. But like that Vinny Jr. card, like any Vinny Jr. card is just so dangerous when they come up against goal.
Oh, and that's a good save as well. Yeah, that Vinny Jr. card. I even have the gold version on my team. Really wicked on the ball. Has that unique style as well that he's able to dribble around and move around players. And of course, in that front line, he's going to be putting them in the back of the net. Very good play here. And now the pressure is back on Jack Hanna. UCD has taken the lead here multiple times throughout this game. How will Jack Hanna do being behind here? That's the question.
I mean, it's probably going to come down to a bit of possession play for him. You can just tell that Wade Derny has just kind of sucked the chances from Jack Hanna because he's not let him on the ball, you know. And this is kind of his first, like, if I'm correct, that was his first proper bit of time on the ball possession wise in this second half. So
yeah,
like if you don't have the ball, you can't score, and that's just as simple as it gets, you know. So if Jack's going to have to get on the ball a little bit more, a bit of composure on the ball, take your time, you know. You don't have to force passes, it'll come to you. But that's just the change really that I've noticed from the first to the second half, is that Wade Ernie has just been composed on the ball.
Yeah, no, I feel like, you know, when you're against a player and there's high pressure on, it's very easy to get into that kind of scrappy gameplay where these are both going back and forth, and you're only playing a game of chance to see, you know, who it falls to in terms of that. But yeah, I think that Bohemians have just shut it down here, brought the ball and controlled the tempo of the game. And I feel like that's so important on that pro level, is to control the pace, set the tone that you want to set so that your opponent doesn't get time to adjust to how they play. And Wade Ernie's done it incredibly well here in the second half.
Yeah, for sure. As I said, it's not particularly rocket science. That, like, if you have the majority of the possession, if you don't give the possession to your opposition, they're not going to be able to score. And sometimes it really does just come down to the accuracy of passing, just keeping your composure on the ball and taking your time, you know. Yeah,
and look, it's living proof of that right here with Bohemians. They've done well. Can Jack Hanna get back into this, though? We still have another leg to go right after this fixture, but leg one right now, it's looking very good for Bohemians. Great defending again here by Via Derny. Jack Hanna with Drogba! Yashin with this save. That is a vital save by Yashin there. I think there was some keeper movement involved as well. Very well done.
Yeah, to be sure, that was brilliant. Again, having Yashin in goal is just he's like a little safety blanket, but great save. It
was really, really well done. And to make a decision like that somewhat late into the game, you know, those are the chances that when it's all said and done, you're going to remember. Can Jack Hanna make that difference now with 10 minutes left on the clock? What do you think Jack needs to do here, Nolan, to get back into this game?
I mean, maybe another Crivella. Maybe, you know, it's going to have to be something creative here, you know. And a little bit of confidence as well on the ball, you know. There's only one goal in it, you know, so take a shot at goal. Sometimes you can't overplay the ball as well, you know. That's a big part of the game, is knowing when to take your shot, you know. So just have a bit of confidence on the ball, I reckon, here. But it's gonna, when Wade Ernie gets the ball, it's from the looks of things, it's hard for Jack Hanna to actually get the ball back off him without Wade Ernie making an actual mistake, you know.
Yeah, it really is here. And even we see the hoof up, and it works out just about here now. Could have a counter-attack for Jack Hanna. Needs to focus on keeping the ball in his play and finding the right pass forward. Drogba's been the target man, but can he find him again? 2 minutes left on the clock. Rogers out wide, looking for options, goes back, put it on the edge of the box. Douglas Luiz trying to find Drogba, but he's just forcing it through. You know, I feel like with Drogba, he's the target man. I think he's an obvious choice to mark, right?
Yeah, for sure. But I think if Jack Hanna gave themselves a chance there, they had time. They had time on the ball to get a correct pass going. But I mean, it's also hard not to force the pass as well and hope it pays off. But it just didn't there for them.
Yeah, listen, it was a very, very interesting game here. We have a 3-2 lead to Via Derny here heading into the second leg that we're going to have in just a couple of seconds. Yeah, listen, that was a great game. It looked like Jack Hanna was going to cruise it for a minute there. No, like I was watching how Jack was playing with the counter-attack in football. Drogba was finding space in that front line. That was just cut. It just seemed like at the end of that first half, Via Derny was like, right, Drogba, not having it anymore. Sorry, pal. And was just completely blocked off here. Played an incredible second half, and of course led to the 3-2 victory.
Yeah, so like we didn't see what Via Derny did tactically at halftime. He could have changed things around tactically, you know, and obviously whatever Via Derny did worked. Drogba wasn't getting any ball. And sometimes it just takes a bit of time to settle into a game as well, you know, for people. So Via Derny obviously just, you know, took the time and, you know, might have had a little chit chat to themselves at halftime and said, right, okay, we go again. Like the deficit wasn't huge. It was a goal at halftime.
Yeah.
So like that's nothing really in EAFC 25 at the moment. You know, the goals are there to be scored at the moment. You know,
Yeah.
so I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the second leg.
Yeah, I mean, you know, one thing that I love to see in any two-leg fixtures, which, you know, happen every now and then on the broadcast, is some pro players, like you said there, I know you touched on it, they take time to adjust and to get into the game and how to read their opponent. And it's usually at that first half. When we see it, it's usually that first half point where the game switches up and the player just recognizes what's wrong, makes that difference, whether it's internally, whether they're getting coached or something, but we've seen it there. Listen, we can talk all day, but it's time to get into the second leg. We have it right now. Bohemians versus UCD. Second leg is on. Let's get into the action. So we got another 2 halves here of 6 minutes to decide who is going to be the winner here, taking the 3 points. We've seen a very good last half by Via Derny Bohemians. We're sporting the white kit. We've UCDs here, Jack Hanna in the blue. Like you said here, no, look, only one goal in it. It's anyone's game right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. I suppose if you're in Jack Hanna's position, you do want to, you know, start things off like they did in the last game. So, but I have a feeling Via Derny is not going to let the ball get to Jack Hanna as easily.
Yeah, I feel like, you know, the control element of the game that Via Derny brought in here is definitely going to be apparent in this first half as well. Doesn't want to give Jack Hanna any respect in terms of space in front of the ball. And we're seeing it here, not even trying to force it into the box, just taking time here, sapping that down. Like we said here, only 6 minutes and a half, so there's plenty of time to be taken out of each play if you need to, but defended well again by Jack Hanna. And yeah, going forward, Jack Hanna, obviously we see Drogba as the target man, but maybe a bit of a mix-up is needed here to get 1 or 2 players out wide. Like that Gareth Bale card, of course, who was very strong.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I was in Jack Hanna's position, I might have maybe changed up the formation a little bit, get maybe 2 strikers up there to allow the option. But
yeah,
I feel like this game is going to be less scrappy, more, you know, possession play here. Just by looking at the first, say, 12 in-game minutes, it doesn't look as scrappy as the last game did at the start anyway. But you can tell as well, Via Derny is definitely settled into the games and is composed. Oh!
And just like that, both players were taking as much time as they needed to. You were bang on with that, Nullig. But what we didn't expect was that speed boost from Jack Hanna. UCD go 1 up here, which means that it's all tied up here, 3-all.
It's everything to play for now. It's anyone's game, and I mean, you could see Via Derny was expecting Jack Hanna to cross that ball into the box for the Drogba shot, but you know, he was able to use Bale to get that goal, which, you know, threw Weaderney off a bit. So I suppose he's going to be expecting Bale to be more in play this game now.
Yeah, and he's such a good card as well. Has that shot, has that pace, and speed boosts are the way to get past your opponent in those situations where it looks like it's a standstill, and then suddenly you just activate it, turn it on, and the defender's in no man's land. So really good play there by Jack Hanna, and once again utilizing another skill that Jack has to be able to be used here. Maybe looking aside from the 1-2 passing, that speed boost is there now as an ability, and has great forwards as well to be using it with.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and it's all about using it, I suppose, in a tactical mind. Oh, I thought that was going to be in.
Oh, Yashin again.
But yeah, speed boost is great, but you have to use it. In my perspective anyway, you have to use it a little bit sparingly and tactically when to throw. If you use it too much, people are just going to expect it.
Yeah, 100%. It's about using it at the right time in the right moment. We might see something here though. Ball to Kayasi, really good at the feet as well. One of the best cards to be dribbling with at the moment. Tries to get through the Drogba, but Rodri is there to close it down. And I think pressure-wise right now, I don't think it relies a lot in the attack. I think both players are going to be in defensive mode from this point onwards, knowing that it could be one goal that separates this.
Yeah, I suppose if you're in their position, you're thinking, right, let's limit, what goes into the back of the net. But I don't know. I feel like Jack might have just tried to force that pass into Drogba a little bit too fast. Maybe take their time on the ball a little bit more and get a little bit more possession out of it. Let the clock tick down a little bit more, and I feel like a pass would have been on at some stage.
Yeah, 100%. And hold on, Kayasi could be in here. Yashin again.
Great.
Very good save, and it's nice to see Jack get more involved. I know you were talking about potentially hitting a Travella and trying something new here, and you can see Jack is mixing it up. It's not the same thing going forward every time here, and I think that's the best way to put Weaderney here on the back foot.
Yeah, for sure. You can see even Jack there didn't just do a short pass on that corner. He lobbed it into the box for himself. Oh!
Patelas absolutely smashed it into the back of the net, and once again, it's counter-attacking football at its finest. Very good goal here from Bohemians.
Oh yeah, you could great passing as well inside the box. He was very clinical there, so game on.
It is indeed, but more attacks are coming through here. Weaderney getting confident. Ball falls here. It's a bit defense all over the place, and that has to be hoofed out. And dare I say, Drogba's onto this. Koyasi. Oh my, what a Koyasi! Oh, the orange or yellow timed finish. That is not what you want right there in that moment. You need a green.
I mean, that definitely, even if you have a green shot, I reckon on that one, it would have been a difficult one for it to get in the back of the net, angle-wise, and he was very well covered in defence, I reckon, there, but that's harsh going that it's not a goal, but
that was a crazy moment.
Still a lot of time.
There is indeed. I mean, that hoof up to Drogba came out of absolutely nowhere. Came out of the defence being just, clumsy a bit, but I mean, it worked. And Kayasi again here being utilised for the quick play at the feet. Been a real problem here for Weaderney. Bohemians can't really put a foot into him. Great play here to Hullet, trying to get the ball out wide. Drogba, Kayasi! Unbelievable finish by Kayasi. And that's just incredible. We talked about Kayasi being one of the threats in that forward line, and we're seeing it right there. 4-4, it's all tied up yet again.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great goal. Great play. I mean, good pressure really up front for Jack Hanna there. Great goal.
It was incredible, and just as fast as we thought Weaderney for Bowes was tying this up, getting a goal ahead, and had that more composed gameplay. Jack Hanna is back in it again. Much like in the first leg, in the first half, we're seeing that Jack Hanna back with a bit of a spark, with a few creative styles of play to choose from here. And look, 1 half to go, how do you see this going?
Dare I say, would this one go out to extra time? No, they don't go to extra time. But if this was, if this is a tie game, if it could be a draw very easily. Could they once one scores, the other comes back, and a little counter attack happens, and there's another goal. So it's interesting. I don't know who's going to come out on top, but I'm excited to see who will, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, look, at this level, it's really going to be down to who has the calmest head on their shoulders. I feel it's very easy to get a bit of head loss, or you miss a chance and you let it get to you. You need to have
Yeah.
really, really good mental shape here, to get a goal, or even goal down, and to be able to get back into it here. Both players have displayed that already, but at the latter stage of the game, it's important Yashin with this save off a Hullet. We see Jack going for shots to the edge of the box here. Going to be something for Via Journey to try tackle.
Yeah. I mean, like it's going to be a tight game, I reckon. But this second half, I reckon, will bring a little bit more looseness to the game, because they're just going to. Sometimes you do have to just throw your hat at it and give it a go, and I reckon that's what's going to happen here, because there isn't a lot of goals in this, so there's not going to be someone sitting back giving up, or sitting back and resting because they're a few goals ahead.
Exactly. At any given moment, you can get back into this. We're seeing Haaland pressuring in the middle there. Centre back is out. This could be bad here for Jack Hanna. Mbappe. Ooh, and he is saved by the bell in Pavard here on that right back. That could have been bad. I mean, sending up a centre back Haaland is a dodgy play to be doing.
I mean, it's you have to get creative, I think, really here. They're well able to defend, so Pavard is doing really well in that right back position. Nice to see someone else different, on the ball.
It's nice. I mean, you have Pavard as a choice right now. Of course, you have that Maicon, and then on the other side, you're looking always looking at Theo Hernandez. He's always going to be your guy. So yeah, wing backs right now, we're tough to get by. There's a lot of really good cards in the game right now, readily accessible as well to a lot of these players. So I think that's why today a lot of the play has been nearly down the middle. I think it's very easy to try break that centre back down line. But as I say that, great dribbling here. Yamin Amal. Patelis goes into Mbappe. Ooh, great defending there again by Jack Hanna. Very back and forth here, Nolik.
Yeah, I don't know, but I've nearly tried to dribble a little bit more to the centre of the outside of that box there, and with Patelas, and take a shot, because she's well able to score as well. But
yeah,
great defending, to be fair, in an EAFC that isn't very defending dominant at the moment. So they're doing well, to be honest.
Yeah, really, really well. We usually see a lot more goals scored in these games, but 2-1, both players have put up very, very good defensive walls, considering, but they have another 25 minutes to go to decide who is the better player here in our week number 4 ELOI, powered by Virgin Media. Patella!
What did I tell you? She's well able.
She's more than well able. Green time off the post. That could have been it. Wow.
That might have been the best goal, if that went in, that we've seen yet.
Yeah, that was incredible. Moment of magic there. But here comes Koyasi. Show what she can do. Ball forward. Oh, the pass is on. But look, Maicon, he's going to be a problem to deal with.
Yeah, you've seen it here now. I wouldn't be surprised if in the next game as well, Maicon is in that right back position. But
oh, Koyasi.
I thought that was in. I couldn't tell whether that was in or not there.
This is close. It's a slugfest out here. Both players have had an incredible chance to score on both ends, back to back here. We're locked in here for a very interesting couple of minutes.
Yeah, I'm getting closer and closer to the screen to watch this. That's how you're locked in to watch.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how close the players actually are themselves to the screen at this stage.
One inch from the screen, needing a bit of spec savers, I'd say, after this game. I can only imagine the stress, but both players have done incredibly well so far, and hats off to both of them. They've really put it to each other here. Drogba back to Hullet. Bale goes back here. It's really composed gameplay. Oh, but the pass is not there. 15 minutes to go, and it's getting rowdy in here, and that's that R1 and X.
I was just about to say, this is like how, with a game so tight, you could see someone getting a red card easily. Like, this is when the tempers can flare a little bit. Then I was like, they haven't done that, and then just about to, I was about to say they did. But yeah, you could see that happening now. People get frustrated, but you
They do.
Jack Hanna there with possession and passing, 94% accuracy is incredible.
Wow. Crazy, crazy. And yeah, it just goes to show how both players have adapted here in that second leg. Very interesting. We see Rogers coming on here for Douglas Luiz, getting a bit of pace in that front line. And Sesko's coming on, but Mbappe, what a save! Nwaneri on for Drogba as well. A lot of decisions made here. Nwaneri, I mean, this is a card I use on my ultimate team. Strength, pace, dribbling, shot. He has it all. So he's going to be a very difficult card to defend. But look at this pass, Mbappe! Wow!
What a goal.
There it is! Incredible stuff here. Via Derny makes it 5-4 on aggregate. Going into the last 10 minutes of the game, that's a big goal, Nullig.
It is a big goal. If I was Weird Ernie now, I wouldn't be trying to do anything too strenuous and just keep on the ball and I suppose even frustrate Jack Hanna here. And
yeah,
what he looks like he's doing now, he's just going to play in the corner kind of. Oh no, never mind. Prove me wrong. But yeah, I wouldn't be doing anything too strenuous, you know, adventurous, keeping the ball safe.
Yeah,
what I'd be doing right now.
Wouldn't be flipping any coins anyway. No 50-50s here. It's all about keeping the ball. But I mean, Jack Hanna's proved that he can come back into this and he can put the pressure on. Here's Sesko looking for options. The through ball. Gareth Bale. He's got the pace. The 360. Sesko. Oh,
what a block.
Defending. Oh, it's still in. Rangers. This is what it's all about. 2 minutes on the clock. Gareth Bale. Oh, and he doesn't force it through. Ball back to Via Derny Bohemians. Sucked up the pressure there and great defending by Bose.
Yeah, definitely. I don't even know does Via Derny see the clock right now.
Yeah, I
great
know.
ball though. Great
It
ball.
is. Philly, great
Oh.
defending. Is there a last attack? There won't be. Rodri, seal the deal. Mbappe.
Little step overs there to show off. If
Yeah.
that was in the back of the net, that would have been a game over.
Wow, what a great game. And that is going to be that, folks. We have a score of 5-4 on aggregate. Via Derny wins the game for Bohemians. Commiserations to Jack Hanna of UCD. Brought it right to the end, but Bose came out on top here. No, like, really good game. Both players showed absolute class, great heart, right up until the end of that game.
Yeah, it was brilliant to watch, and it was great to see a defensive game, to be honest. You know, we've seen a lot of goals being scored, even just in general playing the game. So to see a low-scoring game like that with two of the highest standards in the country playing, you know, so great game to watch, great goals, great defense, whole shebang. Really, that was.
Yeah, it was really, really great to see. And once again, congratulations to both players on an absolute belter of a game here, right on the ELOI stream, powered by Virgin Media. We are going to be back in just a moment, and trust me, you don't want to miss this. We got a great fixture coming up. Shamrock Rovers' Tyrone Ryan faces off against JP Slater of Shelburne. This is going to be phenomenal. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. we are back with the ELOI powered by Virgin Media. Nolig, we have an absolute banger of a fixture. Can't call it anything else coming up right now. Tyrone Ryan of Shamrock Rovers is up against JP Slater of Shelburne. Can you tell us and the folks at home, Nolig, about what we're about to witness?
This is God versus God, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know, is there any way? There's no other way to describe it, really. Tyrone is in impeccable form at the moment. And obviously, JP is the reigning champ, you know?
Yeah.
He is the champ of the champs at the moment in the league, so this spectacle is the one to watch, really.
I feel like this is a game that's going to separate levels, if there's any levels to be separated. We got to witness, of course, Tyrone Ryan on stream previously play some absolute, just liquid football. Technically gifted, just really, really good. Knows exactly what he's doing on the ball and knows what he wants. JP, of course, though, I mean, this is a guy that showed up, came up against all odds last year, ended up winning the whole thing, and he's here again representing Shelburne this time. Really, really good game ahead. No, like, we're talking about two of the best right now in the ELOI, hands down. Both of these players know exactly what they're doing. What do you think, if anything, is going to separate these players?
I mean, it could come down to nerves, even though they're both cool as cucumbers, to be honest. So I don't know. I don't even know if nerves will separate them. It might come down to just who tactically has the stronger tactics. You know, against the opponent side. You know, it's gonna be minuscule, the difference between the two. I'd be very surprised if this is a washout for either side.
Yeah, I mean, both players here, they're coming to represent. I'm pretty sure both players are doing decent in their groups as well right now. So, regardless of what happens, I believe both players are going to be looking to qualify. But regardless of all that, there's definitely going to be a hint of, which player is coming through, who they've beaten to get here. And each player can definitely say, whoever wins this game, if it turns out as a win for either player and not a draw, that they're going to be bragging
Mm.
about this. This is definitely a bragging rights
Oh
game.
yeah. Oh, I was just thinking that the bragging rights, they're up now. Like, whoever comes out on top, if, as I said, if it's not a draw, like, oh, they're gonna get lambasted with the bragging. Um, coming up to the finals, um, it, whenever they see each other, it's going to be it's going to be a lambasting. And I mean, you mentioned a draw there, and like, to me, that actually probably, like, going into this game, looking at stats wise, how they've been doing in the competition and stuff like that, it's very probable that this will be a draw.
I mean, look, we're not against it happening, but yeah, look, it is realistic. I mean, Tyrone's defense is solid. I'm sure JP's will as well. I mean, look, we can speculate all day here. No, like, I don't know how this game is going to go. I know you feel the same way, but only the lads can tell us how the game is going to go. And that's what we're doing right now. Let's get into the fixture. We have a 9-minute game to separate who is better between Tyrone Ryan of Shamrock Rovers and JP Slater of Shelburne. Let's head over to the game and check out the action. So we see here both players getting ready to rock. Invisible team there, of course, absolutely brilliant to see. So we're gonna have to play a guessing game of who's here, who's in the starting line. Xavi Simmons and Henri here for Shelburne. Very good players to have. But this is going to be a great game.
I think it's Henri for both up top. Up in the front line, it's both Henri's on both sides. So
okay, I mean, yeah, Henri's a great card to have. Tries to force it through here, but defended well. Of course, we have Shamrock Rovers here. Tyrone Ryan in the navy kit. And we have JP Slater Shelburne representing the red kit. Has that Xavi Simmons as well in the middle. Really rapid card. Good use of dribbling as well. And it's going to be interesting. We haven't seen much of Xavi Simmons here being used. And De Bruyne in the midfield as well. Couple of cards that, wouldn't necessarily be the meta. We used to see in our Hullets and stuff. But it's nice to get a bit of a mix up here.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it does take mixing things up a little bit, card-wise, to throw it in a...
Pinpoint accuracy. Tyrone Ryan goes 1-0 up here. And just as we were talking, like out of nowhere, a pass through the defense, and that's all it takes. And that's a good example of how both players can play today. They can score at any given moment. They're both very talented.
Yeah,
We can't even get to talk. It's just another goal. This is how it's gonna be. We're not gonna get a second to breathe there, no. Like, look, 1-1, 6 minutes in. Shelburne respond, and here comes Shamrock Rovers.
Let him keep scoring. It'll be an easy gig.
And there it is. It's 2-1. 7 minutes. I'll tell you what. Strap in here, folks. Get the popcorn out. You're gonna need it. This is gonna be a watch and a half. And here comes Shelburne. Can they respond again? No, like this is how it is, though, right? Both players are just wicked on the ball.
To be honest, I didn't expect this to be a low-scoring game, but to have 3 goals inside 7 minutes in game time. Oh, that's offside, is it?
Ooh, just off.
But it's going to be interesting to see how many actually total up at the end of this game for each side.
Yeah, both players. Oh, that's great dribbling by Dembele. Has options. Oh, an unreal defending by JP Slater there. He put the man exactly where he needed to be, and in a 1v2 situation, you can't get any better.
Yeah, for sure. If that was me now, I probably would have taken a shot with Dembele, but I mean, you want to get that ball to Vinny Jr. as much as possible, because like Drogba in the last few games, you know, it's hard for Vinny Jr. not to score.
Yeah, 100%. You get him in that position, you know what he's going to do. But here comes Shells again. Ball out wide is on. Liao is onside this time. Has space in the middle. Liao tries to go for the pass across. Has to be said, Nullig. Tyrone Ryan's defense here is looking absolutely solid. I know you can see the one already, but he's defended JP at full volume there a couple of times with that cutback. Very difficult to do, but he's doing it great so far.
Yeah, for sure. I think, again, with JP there, probably wouldn't have tried to force that pass into the box.
Vinny!
What was the goalkeeper doing there?
Shamrock, he was in La La Land, I tell you, Ryan Gosling. Unbelievable. Tyrone Ryan here strikes again. Shamrock Rovers 3-1. No, like, this game is just back and forth, but Tyrone's gotten the better of the chances so far.
Tyrone's kind of nearly making it look easy to score against JP, which is not an easy feat.
It's not.
Great ball.
Ooh, was that a foul? Oh, it's just wide. Wow. He completely missed the shot there, and I think that's just players getting warmed up trying to get into the game. You know, a lot of the time you're going to green time them, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot on the line here, right?
Yeah, as we said before the game, just the bragging rates on their own is on the line here now, and
yeah.
I mean, JP's going to have to score the next goal, I reckon, to keep himself in this. What a ball.
Momentum's a big thing. I know you talked about it the last 2 games. It's just so true. You know, momentum carries you here, and we see Tyrone carrying that with him forward. His chances, he's just been the better passer of the ball when it comes to the final pass, especially. We've seen JP struggling to make that final pass once or twice already, but I'm sure as the game goes on, he'll come into his own, and here he is now, Rafael Liao, looking for space. Is he onside? Henry! He's off. Oh.
If that was onside, my God.
Yeah. That's wicked, but once again, that's what JP can do right now. Like, in a second, he can do those kind of passes. Has struggled a bit with the offside so far, though. Timing's a big thing, obviously, breaking that defensive line.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know, is it going to come down to JP just deciding to not make that final pass? To just go with whoever he has on the ball. Try and, oh, what a ball. That's surely onside, is it? Yeah,
it is indeed, but it's defended well. That's the thing about high through balls. Sometimes they bobble a bit too much in the air, and we've seen it happen there. Really good example of it, where the ball just can't come down. It's like it's filled with helium.
It's almost like a rugby ball sometimes when that happens. You just can't depict
100%.
where it's going to go.
No, you can't, and right there is where it happened. But great chances, has to be said. I know it's a 3-1 scoreline right now, but my word, JP's really been putting it here. Tyrone is through with Vinny Jr. Oh, it's wide. Defensive pressure was the difference. It was. The pressure was great.
Yeah. That long ball into Henry is going to be... Has always been one I think actually JP goes for. He loves that long ball in, if I'm remembering correctly from the last few weeks ago when he played as well on stream.
Yeah.
But great creativity going on here for JP, especially trying to, you know... trying something different, which is important because you don't like you don't want to see someone trying to do the same thing over and over when it's clearly not working. So, and I think that just is a testament to JP himself of how
Yeah.
like incredible he is at playing this game. The the level that he is at playing this is insane. So you can just see that by the creativity he has.
Yeah, really good on the ball here, creating chances, and could have won another offside potentially. Yeah, it is indeed.
Yeah.
He's, you know, those first time passes that we've seen on stream already. He's just struggling to find the right one here and in the right timing. But yeah, I mean, obviously we're talking about JP right now. Tyrone Ryan leading the fixture 3-1, 30 minutes in. One thing about Tyrone that I've seen for years, you know, I've been in this ELOI game for a long time, and he just does the basics, but he does them incredibly well. He's not the guy who you're going to see skilling or doing mad stuff. He does the basics at a high level. But there's Henry!
Let it go.
Wow!
It paid off.
It did. You know, we were waiting for that offside trap to be beaten by JP here. And he did it just when he needed to. Tyrone caught on the back foot. As much as he's doing great up front, he's got to be careful of that offside trap here because it could be the difference. Vinny! What a save! It's call and response here. No, like this game is on fire right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that he was going to beat the offside trap eventually, JP, because he's so good at pulling off that long ball and into Henry. But I mean, I think it's time now maybe to switch things up to get the next goal, because I mean it's going to be possibly a little bit predictable for Tyrone to defend. But oh, what a ball!
It's a great ball.
It's Theo.
Theo out wide, goes into Javi Simmons. Rodri on the edge. He needs a goal here to tie this all up. Oh, and Varane is there. He's just solid. Great defending again by Tyrone.
Yeah, I'm happy that JP didn't force the cross into the box there. He kept it outside the box and held on to possession a little bit. I know the last pass there was defended well, I suppose, really, but I'd say a little bit more of that, and he will again, I suppose, almost like forcing the pass to go to beat the offside trap. It will eventually pay off for him.
Yeah, he's already done so far, but I think those attacks as well, they're super unpredictable. Very hard, and the finesse! What a save! Out of nowhere, the ball's still in here. Oh, wait, the belly! There it is!
Oh!
Wow! Shamrock Rovers! Tyrone Ryan gets another goal here. A bit lucky that he kept it in, but the composure at the end of the day for Tyrone is what got him that goal. Kept it in, kept the ball going, and oh my God, is that a dummy? That was incredible if JP got a response there, but very good goal by Tyrone.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well, especially, I don't know, is it like a recent thing, but like especially at the moment anyway, that you have to keep the pressure on, even if the goalie saves the ball, or, you know, he might not hold on to it, so you have the chance of scoring even a fluky goal, really.
Oh, speaking of fluky goals, you're seeing one there. The ball trickles off the defender's leg and goes through. And I don't care what level you're at. If ball hits the side of the defender's leg and bobbles through, you're gonna be like, man, that shouldn't have went in. Will this light a fire for JP though? That's the question. He needs to use it to his advantage. Oh. Great save by the keeper again. I'm barely getting a second here to break. No, like I'm telling you, this is ridiculous. This game, it's so back and forth.
Garrett's gonna need the inhaler after this one.
I tell you.
No, we knew it was going to be back and forth. We knew it wasn't going to be a washout. I know it looks like a washout scoreline wise, but like from
dearie me.
See what I mean? Like you get a little bit of a lucky bounce like that, and you have to keep the head, especially going in on goal. You know, it can bounce back. In a lucky spot for you, you know. So, I'd say JP's raging.
I'm speechless. That is, oh my word. That's something. I'll give you that something. 6-2 here to Tyrone Ryan. Some of these goals have been madness. You know, it's hard to put it in words. You know, at the kind of a pro level where players, you know, they hold on to the ball and they can make as many decisions to keep it within their control, but some things are out of your control, unfortunately. It's what we're seeing there a bit. with Shamrock Rovers. Got a bit lucky with 2 of the goals, but has to be said, as much as there is some luck with that, Tyrone Ryan has been playing an absolute phenomenal game here today.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think as well, to be fair, goalkeeping is keeping Tyrone in this game as well. I think JP has had a lot of shots on goal that in another game would have been definite goals. Just the goalkeeper for Tyrone is doing a lot of work as well. Because it's not a one-sided game. You know, it's not. I know scoreline wise it is, but it's not visually. You know.
Yeah, no, the scoreline definitely doesn't sell exactly what we're looking at here, but there's still time to go, and dare I say, here he is again. Shamrock Rovers, Tyrone Ryan in strength, pressing through here. Oh, and that's going to be a free kick. Now I'm interested to see if it's going to be. He's going to take the shot. Okay, brilliant. I love a set piece, no, like myself. I fancy myself now behind the ball. So what's the tactic here, you reckon?
I mean, I'm trying to learn.
I'm trying to learn.
I'm like,
He's going for the
Chris.
shot. Oh, good shot by De Bruyne, but the wall is there. Just doesn't have the height on it. Yeah, listen, you know, may have been, you know, used to a few tutorial videos myself there with the free kick, so would fancy them now. But yeah, look, unlucky there again. And wow, the pace here, that Liao is putting Mike on to bits here, and great bit of play. Is there a chance for Shells here? Best!
Great goal.
Back into the game. No, like, I know it's only 6-3 right now, but that's going to be the goal that hopefully follows momentum for JP to get back in this.
Yeah, like it's definitely not impossible for JP to make a comeback here, because we've seen like we saw 6 goals in the first half for Tyrone. That's not saying you can't have 6 goals for JP in the second half, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm very much happy to see it come back. I want to see it as competitive as possible.
Yeah, 100%. Want to give both players equal chance here. Tyrone's played a phenomenal game so far, and how he's played it, there's definitely more goals to come from him. So JP's going to need to have a defensive masterclass here alongside some very nifty attack and play. Look at this. That is absolutely liquid. Call it water. Call it whatever you want. There is no defending that. That's incredible.
It's just cool as a cucumber here. Like, he's not panicking in front of goal. He's taking his time. Passing is accurate. He's not forcing passes either in front of goal.
No.
That's just, yeah, as I said, he's taking his time. He's not waiting for a hospital pass to work, you know.
Yeah, he isn't, but he gets a bit of luck.
There's that pressure. Oh, offside.
Offside. The pressure there could have been a big factor, but yeah, Tyrone Ryan, he's just had the right gameplay at the right time as he kicks it out of play. No, he's just looked really good today. You know, we've seen him previously on stream, and we know what he can do. But you know, once you're against, you know, a previous champion, you're thinking, right, this is where it's going to be a big test for Tyrone. But you know, today he's proven that, you know, regardless of the score, if JP comes back into this or if he doesn't, however the game goes, Tyrone has proved he is one to potentially win this whole event if he keeps playing like this.
Yeah, for sure. Like, we've watched Tyrone over the last few weeks. Like, he's just been in such good form, and like coming into this, you knew it was going to be a battle. Just given his form at the moment, and obviously JP being the reigning champ. And I mean, like, JP mightn't win this one, but that doesn't mean he still can't go on to win the whole thing. Oh, what a goal!
Oh, and it's a good finish. And yeah, look, it's true. You know, very not very often, should I say, a champion is defined by, you know, win after win after win. You know, they got to come against the loss at some point. And you know, JP is a great example of that here. Of course, being a previous champion, but how will he respond now? There's 3 goals in it. We got 30 in-game minutes, and here's Henry. Oh, it's defended well. It's back.
He's got
to
it back,
best.
though.
He has. Oh, it's fallen to Liao. It's scrappy as you like it. Oh, it's defended well by Tyrone. He needs to shut that down, and there it is. Look, the pressure from JP. No, look, I know you talked about it already, but that could be the difference here. That could be his point to get back into the game.
Yeah, for sure. And as I said, there you saw the lucky bounce that he got there because he had the pressure. That is the way the game is at the moment. That's what I found anyway. Is some people I'm coming up against are scoring a lot of lucky goals because they're just getting the lucky bounce back off a save or even the crossbar, etc. So, you have to be on your toes. Is that Henry injured?
think it is, yeah. Henri has the injury sign above him. I'm not sure how it's going to affect him, of course, in the last few minutes here. And this is very brave goalkeeping, I have to say, from JP there. But he needs 3 goals. We got 25 minutes of time. There absolutely is time, but man, Tyrone is putting up a wall here. And we're talking about JP's pressure. I don't think Tyrone's going to give him a second here in these last 20 minutes.
It would be a slip up for Tyrone if he takes the foot off the pedal here.
Yeah.
He has to keep it up because, like, you can't loosen up against someone like JP because he's going to take advantage. Oh.
I can see there he's going for his signature, if you want to call it. First time high through ball seemed to be a big part of his game coming up to this point here, but it's not been as successful as I'm sure he would have liked.
Yeah, I mean, it was successful against the last person he played on stream. Can't think of what person that was, but it's hard to be successful here in someone with the standard of Tyrone Ryan. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely something that's going to catch off majority of players, but I'm sure if I'm in Tyrone Ryan's shoes, I'm looking at JP's gameplay and I'm like, right, this is how he's playing the game. This is how I need to defend this. And you know, one of the best examples of that is his offside trap. In that first 30 minutes, I think we've seen JP get called off for offside maybe 3 or 4 times. And that's just down to Tyrone. I mean, we talk about it being unlucky, but Tyrone's controlling that. So got to say hats off. Tyrone's done his research here, and his gameplay's really showing that.
I mean, even if he didn't do the research, it kind of, like, at a stage became predictable what JP was going to do. I mean, eventually it did work out for him, and sometimes you do have to just keep hammering in something like that to get it to work. Especially when the scoreline wasn't, like, as there wasn't that big of a difference in the scoreline. You keep working away at it, but it did at a point get predictable. But I suppose, yeah, like watching JP, as I said in the last game, we all know that that's what he was doing, and that's what he was scoring with. Now, he wasn't doing high ball in. I think he was just doing a through ball in the last game, but it was Henri was his main man. Can't blame him.
Yeah, no, of course. Look, if it's not broken, don't fix it. But yeah, just this game, he's been mixture unlucky, and you know, Tyrone's been doing very well with his defensive line here and making sure that that's not going to be an issue for him. But we can tell here, you know, that was a key part of JP's gameplay. A lot of his attacks come from that, the first time pass, high through ball or ground through ball here, and he's needed to mix it up to get where he is right now. But he still has 15 minutes left here. He just needs to add a bit more to his attacking game, and this game could be all tied up.
Yeah, for sure. It's not impossible at all for him to make a comeback here, but it's going to have to be fast. Him getting the next goal.
Rafael, oh, that's unbelievable!
Oh, what a ball!
What a tackle as well. Maicon comes in clutch. Not sure if he was controlled or if it was AI, but that if Maicon didn't get that tackle in, that's a goal that puts JP very close to where Tyrone is. But here we go with Tyrone. Dembele on the counter attack. Has the space out wide, and he is right to slow down. Ooh, and that's going to be a foul here. A lot of options here, but I imagine Tyrone's going to want to slow it down a bit.
Go for goal.
Go for goal. The Trevella there from no man's land.
Imagine.
Oh, and it's wide. Wow. It's rare we've seen Tyrone miss a shot on stream, has to be said. He's been very clinical, but that could be a moment now to give JP a spurt to get back into this. But wow, look at this counter attack. Tyrone, he's just relentless here. Dembele, look at that, pulls it back and finesses it top corner with 10 minutes to go. Tyrone makes it ever more difficult for JP to make it 8-4. He's a machine. He doesn't stop.
Yeah, I mean, I think if there's one great thing for JP to take out of this is that that layout card actually has beaten Mike on card a lot. Very cool.
He has.
So I mean, going forward, I would imagine a lot of people will be putting Mike on at right back if they can. So he has been able to beat him with it. So he's not impossible to beat.
Yeah, he's definitely. Leo's giving him a couple of runs, but we see a bit there. Tyrone wants to slow down the counter attacks here. There's 3 goals in it, but we know that can happen at any given moment. And here's some space. Oh, the player lock, it's on. Billings in.
JP's
Will he play
brilliant
it
at
off,
that.
Billing? Oh, it's red. Oh, it's red. It's red. Oh, dearie me.
I don't know, would he have needed to even get that a green time shot for it to go in? Like,
It's hard to say. Yeah, at a high level, you know, you're trying to green everything, but that is just unlucky. It's just unlucky, you know. It's one of those pressure moments where you need to score that to get back into the game. And I mean, look, knowing how Tyrone plays, I'd say personally that could be all she wrote. And we see here JP trying to force it. Yeah, he knows it's turn time here. Tyrone's been an animal. Goes for the green time again. Couple minutes left on the clock here, but yeah, listen, I mean, you know, like going into this game, we didn't know what to expect. We knew Tyrone was in good form. We know JP's the champ, but wow, Tyrone today has put on an absolute masterclass.
yeah, for sure. And like, I think it needs to be said as well. Isn't it ridiculous that, not ridiculous, but in a sense that JP has scored 5 goals and he's still after losing this game.
Yeah, no, it's true. You know, it's really a game of as silly as it sounds, who scores more, because defense is very difficult since the last patch. So there is a lot of good goals usually scored here with high tier players like your Tyrone Ryans and your JP Slaters, and that's what you're seeing here today, folks. Absolutely insane. Really good play by both players here. But on the day, we have the victor, who is Tyrone Ryan, who wins this fixture. Representing Shamrock Rovers 8-5 against JP Slater of Shelburne. No, like, what a game. I mean, look, we talked about it being an absolute belter, and it lived up to every sense of the word, you know. JP came in doing what he does. The first 7 minutes had three goals, I think, the 3 different attacks.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. But, you know, both players put it out there today. A mixture of, how would I say, there was a bit of luck here and there, but in terms of overall what we're looking at, I just feel Tyrone Ryan, he just put on a masterclass. I mean, some of those goals, Nola, were just ridiculous. They were undefendable. They were just pinpoint. Everything was done perfect. And you gotta play like that against a player like JP.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I'm guessing correctly coming into this, by the looks of things anyway, Tyrone just said, right, let's just do the simple things, right? Keep possession, make accurate passes. The goals will come. You can't force things against JP because JP is just so incredible at playing this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a bit of creativity. There was obviously a bit of luck with 1 or 2 goals when it came down to it with Tyrone, but it I suppose as well you make your own luck in this game as well. You have to create the chances.
Yeah.
So like commiserations to JP because like he didn't by no means play badly. It was a great game to watch. You know, you're learning loads from just watching the top. Like, I mean, form wise, like Tyrone is one of the top players going into these, you know, quarterfinals. And then obviously JP is the champ, you know, so they're just incredible. It was so good to watch.
Yeah, I mean, as a casual player myself, that was a spectacle and a half. From JP's counter-attacking play and how he plays the ball at his feet to Tyrone's kind of just straight, how would I say, like, it's basic football. I feel like he plays, like I said, you know, I've been watching him for a while, and he plays basic football to an incredibly high level where he doesn't need all the fancy stuff. He just does the right things at the right time, and he makes it look easy. I think that's one of the best features you can kind of show off as a high tier player, is, you know, being that level and making it look good. But listen, I'm sure JP will be back. He is the former champ after all, and he's still representing, so we'll see what he has to show in later weeks. But listen, that is going to be that. We're going to wrap up the show right now. Incredible game so far. We got week 5 coming up, our final week before we have our grand final, which is going to be a lot of fun. I'm sure you guys are looking forward to that at home as well. No, like, thank you again for joining me today.
No problem. Thank you for having me. Tonight was my last night on anyway, for sure. So, next
Sure,
week
look,
I'm gonna. The next week it's on. I'll probably be on a. I'm gonna be trying to log in on a plane to Australia. So I'll do my
oh, well,
best.
there we go. We'll have a few kangaroos in the background, so not too bad, not too bad at all.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Listen, folks, next week is week number 5. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll be here next Thursday, 7 p.m. Until then, have a great week, and we'll catch you then.